Have you ever meticulously planned out your life?
Yeah.
Every step, every choice, building what you thought was this perfectly comfortable existence.
Mm-hmm. That feeling of having it all figured out.
Exactly. But what happens when that comfort is suddenly dramatically shattered?
Yeah, when all those assumptions you've built your entire world on just crumble in an instant.
That's the electrifying question at the heart of our deep dive today.
It really is.
We're diving into a story centered on Brigitte. She's a diligent academic, late 30s,
Right.
knee-deep in her PhD, working on a book about women's voting rights. Very methodical, incredibly thorough, and frankly, maybe a bit risk-averse.
Yeah, her life in Boston seems predictable. The long-term boyfriend, the steady job. It's kind of the definition of comfortable, isn't it?
It is.
And that comfort, it isn't just background noise. It's like a core part of her character. It really sets the stage for this dramatic upheaval. Brigitte's journey, it forces us, and you listening, to ask, what price are we really paying for our own sense of security? What possibilities are we, inadvertently shutting ourselves off from?
That's a great point.
Her story is kind of a mirror, reflecting how unexpected events or even startling discoveries about your own past can become these powerful catalysts for deeper thinking, inviting you to maybe reevaluate what comfortable truly means.
Exactly. So this deep dive unpacks how Brigitte's carefully constructed world gets turned upside down.
Completely.
And it propels her onto this extraordinary path, not just like across continents, but deep into her own family history. Discovering a woman whose fearless, untold legacy would literally transform her own life.
It's an amazing setup.
So let's set the scene a bit more. Brigitte before the storm. She's 38, totally absorbed in her academic work.
Right, the suffrage book.
Yeah, known for being thorough, but maybe some colleagues felt a bit too caught up in the minutia, lacked the bigger picture sometimes.
Well, and it's interesting because she's seen as trustworthy, responsible, hardworking, all good things.
Sure.
But her best friend, Amy, sees her as, well, lacking passion.
Yep.
Always intellectualizing, actively avoiding risk.
And Brigitte herself admits it, right?
Yeah.
She sees passion as dangerous, makes you lose perspective.
Exactly. That aversion to rocking the boat, that commitment to calm, predictable,
Right.
it's key to understanding her initial state, that comfortable stasis.
Okay, so picture this. It's Valentine's Day. Brigitte's been with Ted for 6 years.
Long time.
She's expecting their usual routine Chinese takeout, but Ted says he has a surprise.
Uh-oh.
She even panics slightly, thinking maybe a proposal, but the source says she's not at all sure she was ready for that.
Not at all.
It's very telling.
And the surprise is huge, but not the way she expected.
Not at all.
Ted's landed his dream job, an archaeology dig in Egypt. Fantastic for him.
Right.
But in the same breath, he ends their relationship.
Wow.
Just like that. His confession. He's not a commitment kind of guy. Sees her as a complication to his dream.
Oof. That's brutal.
It cuts deep, shatters all those unspoken assumptions she had about their future, leaves her completely stunned, heartbroken. The rug just pulled out.
And what's truly astonishing, almost unbelievable timing. Right after this huge personal blow, she gets hit professionally.
No kidding.
She's laid off from her job in the admissions office, replaced by a computer.
Replaced by a computer.
Wow, and the reason they gave? Her unwillingness to take on greater challenges had made her easy to replace.
Ouch. That's a devastating double punch.
Right.
So Brigitte's carefully built comfort zone. It wasn't a shield at all. It was more like a glass house.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Her choices, in love and work, playing it safe, they ultimately left her really exposed.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Is true safety really about avoiding risk, or is it more about building the resilience to face whatever comes?
That's the question. Her first reaction is just deep depression, feeling like a loser. No job, no guy, no kids, a complete unraveling.
It sounds like rock bottom.
Pretty much.
But sometimes that kind of painful unraveling is exactly what you need, right? To spur change.
Often is.
Enter Brigitte's mother, Marguerite. Retired senior editor, vibrant, passionate about genealogy.
The catalyst arrives.
Exactly. She's the one who subtly, maybe not so subtly, pushes Brigitte to challenge herself and take life by the horns.
Good for her.
And Marguerite's own passion for family history provides this unexpected new direction for Brigitte, even though Brigitte is initially kind of reluctant, resistant.
Understandably so, given everything. And a key resource here is the Family History Library of the Mormon Church in Salt Lake City.
Right. Tell us about that.
Well, it's just unparalleled. Its scope, its accessibility for genealogical research, records gathered from literally all over the world. It's truly a place where these unexpected aha moments can happen. You dive deep into history, and it's not just names and dates. It's stories waiting to be found.
And Brigitte, almost reluctantly, takes this on, starts digging into her French ancestors, the de Margerac. And here's where it gets really interesting. She uncovers this stunning detail.
Okay.
One of her ancestors, a Marquis Tristan de Margerac, married a woman named Wachiwi, which means dancer.
Wachiwi.
And she was Sioux.
Whoa, hold on. A Sioux marquise in 18th century France.
Right, that's an absolutely incredible twist.
That is incredible. You think about the historical context there. An 18th century Sioux marquise, almost unheard of.
Totally.
Though the sources do mention King Louis XVI had this fascination with Native Americans, there are even records of Sioux chiefs visiting the French court as honored guests.
Oh, interesting.
So, within the stories world, there's a plausible path for Wachiwi's presence, her acceptance even. It makes her not just like a curiosity, but a figure of real interest. It's not just fantasy. It's rooted in some historical intrigue.
Okay, that makes sense. So fueled by this discovery, Brigitte's research takes her from Salt Lake City all the way to the Institute of American Indian Studies in South Dakota.
Right, digging deeper.
And there, combing through oral histories with a librarian named Jan, she starts piecing together Wachiwi's unbelievable origin story.
What does she find?
A beloved chief's daughter, an exceptional writer, captured by a rival Crow tribe after her love and her brothers were tragically killed.
Oh my gosh, horrible.
But Wachiwi, she was no victim. She actually killed her captor, the Crow chief, to escape.
Wow, just incredible bravery.
Incredible. And this raw story of courage and resilience, it doesn't just inform Brigitte's research, it deeply captivates her.
I bet. It must have felt so different from dusty old records.
Totally. It makes the whole project come alive. It captures her heart, draws her in like nothing else has.
Especially for Brigitte, right? Who saw passion as dangerous, avoided risk. Wachiwi's story must have been a profound wake-up call.
A huge one. Shakes her right out of her complacency. She quickly realizes this ancestor is more interesting than all the rest of their relatives put together.
I can see why.
So the narrative then shifts back in time to Wachiwi herself. We learn about her dramatic escape from the Crow camp.
Okay.
She eventually meets Jean, a French comte, an explorer, by a lake. They're described as two free spirits from vastly different worlds.
How do they even communicate?
Initially through signs, apparently. And just this profound shared understanding. They're instantly drawn to each other.
Wow. And their love story, I imagine, wasn't easy.
Not at all. It's interwoven with this perilous journey. They travel down to New Orleans,
Okay.
and there they face blatant discrimination from Jean's aristocratic cousins. Appallingly, they relegate Wachiwi to the slave quarters.
That's awful, but sadly, probably realistic for the time.
It underscores the intense societal barriers they were up against. But also, crucially, Jean's profound commitment to her.
How so?
He completely defies his family's prejudice. He decides right then he's taking her to France and marrying her no matter what.
Good for him, standing up for her like that.
He was outraged by how they treated her. So he makes good on his word, decides to take Wachiwi home to Brittany. He even defiantly starts calling her Madame la Comtesse to protect her dignity.
A small act of defiance, but significant.
But then tragedy strikes.
Yeah.
On the voyage across the Atlantic.
Oh no, what happens? It's just gut-wrenching. John gets sick, a sudden fatal illness at sea, described as inflammatory quinsy.
Like a severe throat infection.
Exactly. Before modern medicine, often deadly, and you just have to imagine Wachiwi on that ship, chanting her Sioux melodies, sharing her body heat with him, knowing he's dying.
That's heartbreaking.
It's raw, unbreakable love facing absolute despair. She holds him as he dies. And after his burial at sea, she performs the Sioux ritual of giving away his belongings. She only keeps the wedding shirt she'd been making for him, a really poignant symbol of their lost future.
So now she's alone, heartbroken, arriving in Brittany, a completely foreign land.
Having just lost everything.
She meets Jean's older brother, Tristan, the Marquis de Margerac.
How does he react, finding the Sioux woman his brother intended to marry?
He's initially startled, of course, but he treats her with profound kindness, offers her a home at the chateau. He seems to recognize her dignity and maybe his brother's deep love for her.
That's quite something. A testament to his character, too.
Absolutely. And Wachiwi's integration, her impact on the de Margerac household, It's nothing short of remarkable.
She doesn't just like fade into the background.
Not at all. She doesn't just adapt. She thrives. She learns to read, becomes fluent in French, shows incredible intelligence, resilience.
Amazing.
She connects really deeply with Tristan's children, Matthew and Agathe, becomes their beloved writing instructor.
Ah, her writing skills.
Yes. Her extraordinary horsemanship, described as poetry in motion, amazes Tristan. He actually learns from her, too.
That's fantastic. And she integrates into French society.
She does. She's even presented at the opulent French court. Charms King Louis XVI, even Marie Antoinette. Becomes a great success. Her unique presence just captivates everyone.
Incredible. So she wins people over.
Completely. And ultimately, Tristan, who's a widower, falls deeply in love with her.
You can see it coming.
He realizes Wachiwi is the perfect woman for him and his children. They marry. She becomes the Marquise de Margerac.
Wow. From the plains of South Dakota to the French aristocracy. What a journey.
And her story doesn't end there. During the French Revolution, the really tumultuous part,
Right.
Wachiwi, now the Marquise, fights valiantly alongside Tristan against the royalist resistance, the Chouans, these guerrilla fighters. They're trying to protect their chateau from being taken by revolutionaries.
She fights, like physically fights.
That's what the research Brigitte uncovered suggests. It epitomizes her Sioux fierceness and courage.
Wow. So she fully embraces her new world, but doesn't lose who she is. She integrates that strength.
Exactly. A warrior marquise. She becomes this formidable historical figure.
Just incredible. And does she live a long life?
She lives a full, long life with Tristan. Dies in 1817 and is buried right beside him in the family cemetery. A testament to her enduring legacy, the mark she left.
What a story. No wonder it captivated Brigitte.
Right. So back in modern times, Brigitte returns to Boston. And her perspective on her once comfortable life is just completely transformed.
Sees it differently now.
Totally. Sees it for what it was, a path chosen out of fear, a real lack of passion. She realizes she just settled for mediocrity, missed out on so much.
And Marc, the French historian novelist she met in Paris, he plays a role here too, right?
He does. His own story, he had a long, unfulfilling relationship too. And he really encourages Brigitte to write Wachiwi's story.
Acts as a mirror, maybe, and a motivator.
Exactly. He challenges her to embrace these real stories, nudges her towards finding her own truth.
So inspired by Wachiwi, her courage, her resilience, Brigitte starts making changes.
Big changes. Brave choices. She sheds that aversion to risk, really for the first time in her life.
Like what?
She decides to leave Boston, takes a part-time job at the American University of Paris, AUP.
Moves to Paris. Wow.
Moves into an apartment on the Rue du Bac. And uncannily, it's near where Tristan and Wachiwi used to live in Paris.
Whoa, synchronicity.
Right. And most importantly, she finally starts writing Wachiwi's story. Finds it flows effortlessly, something she'd been afraid to tackle before.
Finds her passion.
Finds her passion, and this is the ultimate leap.
Okay.
She consciously decides to pursue a relationship with Marc. She actually says, Wachiwi helped me do it. I figured that if she could be so brave, so could I. I wanted to take the chance for the first time in her life.
Wow, that's huge. Directly connecting her courage to her ancestors. It's not just a change of address, it's a complete transformation.
It really is. So our deep dive concludes with Brigitte meeting Marc in Paris. She realizes she loves him. She embraces this future. It's uncertain, sure, but it's brimming with passion, with purpose. A life so far from the comfortable one she knew.
She finds her own destiny, really, ignited by her ancestors' legacy.
Exactly. Finally living a life that feels like hers.
What an incredible journey that was, spanning centuries, continents. Wow.
Just amazing. From that safe, maybe but ultimately unfulfilling life, Brigitte found her true calling, found love, all by digging into this extraordinary life of her ancestor, Wachiwi.
It really shows how deeply intertwined our own journeys can be with the stories of those who came before us, doesn't it?
It really does.
Wachiwi's life full of unexpected turns, cultural clashes, profound bravery, huge love, it served as this powerful mirror for Brigitte. Reflected possibilities she hadn't dared to imagine for herself.
Yeah.
It underscores that sometimes the greatest legacies, they aren't just found in dusty history books. They're found in the courage they inspire in us, leading us to our own, maybe unexpected destinies.
That's beautifully put. So we leave you, the listener, with this provocative thought. What unspoken agreements might be shaping your life right now?
Keeping you in a state of maybe comfortable complacency.
And what forgotten or maybe undiscovered legacy within your own story Your own family history might be waiting right there to inspire you to take that brave, passionate leap.
Something to think about.